The House of Victor as an idea was born in Prague, born in 2019 on paper. It wasn't easy, and I'm glad it wasn't easy.
What is House of Victor? What is your design? What is your look? What was your vision?
A Victor look. We are ready to wear brand. We are more into practical in a luxurious way. Victor is a different story altogether. I mean, some people say, oh, I don't care about fashion. I don't know why you guys spend so much doing a shoot for a photo. But aren't you wearing what we designed and decided for you? There can be a word that I say that can inspire or make someone else awaken. Because this is what happened to me.
The trigger.
The trigger.
What was the word for you?
It's
Did you suddenly lose your mom? Was it through illness?
She had cancer. Yeah, and she fought as much as she can. She was 42. She didn't even have gray hair. Yeah.
How did that affect you?
I process sadness and pain differently. I see it as a blessing. I see it as a fuel. I see it as a material to use for something else. It changed me. It made me stronger. It made me understand at this point that I'm so alone. I'm totally on my own. If this is my last hour, I achieved many things. However, I haven't even started yet. It's either do or be, but you cannot be both.
Gladiators, welcome back. Today I have a special guest, very handsome supermodel. Welcome. I'm gonna pronounce this correct. I'm really shit with names, right? But yours is quite simple to do.
Go ahead.
Ready? Martin Victor Al Masri.
Bro.
Oh yes.
Very good.
Oh yes. Welcome. You have a young man, a very colorful history. So tell me, you're Egyptian. Tell me how long you've been in Dubai. Tell me about your life. Tell me your history, your journey, what you're up to. And I'm going to keep interrupting throughout. And why are you wearing songlasses in
do you want me to take them off?
It's up to you. What are you comfortable with?
Last night, but sure.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can see it.
Exactly
Yeah,
that.
maybe you're being cool, right?
I'm always cool, with or without.
So yeah, I can see it now. That's better for me.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you so much
Sincerely
for
welcome.
having me on the Gladiator. I love your episodes. I was just telling you before we record, I love how spontaneous and how credible the flow is.
Thank you.
Been here for 10 years.
Yes.
Arrived as a weekend and never left.
Did you come with family or did you come by yourself?
No, come alone, one-man show, a nomad. Graduated the same month I graduated from hotels and tourism uni. I came here same month and I just wanted to be here for a weekend and never left. Had a single friend, happens to be a photographer. I arrived Thursday night. Saturday I was on a campaign. Can you imagine?
You were modeling before or you
No, I started everything here. I'm 32 years old, but I'm technically 10 years old, which is the same number of years
that you've been here. So your life started from scratch. Tell me a little bit about your life in Egypt. What were you educated? Were you educated in fashion? Just a little bit more about your childhood, if you don't mind. And describe to the viewers and listeners, what was it like to be brought up in Egypt? Were you in Cairo?
I was born in Port Said. That's a small island, Mediterranean. And when I was 17, I left my parents' house. I just didn't want to stay where I feel comfortable or where I feel like it's safe. I don't like that. I like challenges. I like to... I'm a human doing. You know, I cannot just be. Doesn't make sense to me.
You want to make things happen.
Yes. So I left my parents' house. My father wasn't happy about that. I moved to Cairo, the big capital, and I studied there for 4 years. And after the 4 years, I came.
What did you study?
Hotels and tourism.
Okay. And then you have siblings? You had to leave. You have brothers and sisters?
I have only one brother, a year younger than me, but we're totally two different personalities.
I was going to say.
Yeah, he's more into tech. He works for a big tech company, actually leading it in Egypt. And I'm in fashion. And I didn't study fashion, to answer your question. And
it was tourism.
Yes.
So you didn't come for a job. You just came to have fun for a weekend. What did you love about the place?
Most people don't really know that this place is very energetic. They're just tapping into the wrong energy. But this city is very energetic. What people are enjoying now, I had it 10 years ago. That's why I always laugh when someone is taking a photo in a certain car. I don't want to name brands or taking a photos. I like to take photos of my work and what I eat. Every time I open my stories, expect a perfume from my brand, a shirt, pants, or an editorial, or food. Because these are the two things I really, really
Passionate
love.
about your interest.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was the fun element. You didn't ever think you're going to find your own company. Somebody said, "Hey, I'm a photographer, got a fashion shoot. I want you to be my model."
No, he's my friend.
Okay.
So I met him. I arrived Thursday. Friday, I met him. Went to a yacht party. And from that yacht party, it was an anniversary for a certain company that is working in fashion.
But
And
you can mention brand if you wish, unless they don't want you to. But you can. if you
No.
want.
I just do out of respect.
Okay.
You never know who wants.
They want us to mention the brands. We got millions of followers, right? So,
Yes, exactly. So he put me on. I met someone that put me on the campaign the day after. Saturday.
so you weren't shy or anything like that. What the hell? I want you to photograph in a campaign. You've not done modeling before. It's not something. I'm not good enough to be a model. But if I was, I'm maybe shy. Or you weren't shy.
Well, listen. Time is passing anyway. You need to choose what makes you feel like you have to keep going. Anything that holds you back is like a chain you can't see. So, did any person make money with being shy before? I can't recall. Can you be shy on camera and be perceived as like shy inspirational? No.
So you would think you were always trying to break from the norm. Always something inside you want to do things differently. You don't want to
Yes.
be caged in, right?
Yes.
So if there's a risk element, there's a growth element, you just take it.
Absolutely. I mean, why not?
Well, people are listening thinking, why yes, right? Because most people like safety. Most people like certainty in their lives, right? Most people don't like taking risks. True? Otherwise, everyone would be an entrepreneur.
Look, 50% I understand them, but the other 50 I don't agree with them because why be the same? You can be above all in business level,
Yes.
not human level.
Of course.
For example, I could have chosen being stable and comfort, but these are all poisons for the mind. Really, it is. You like what you have. When people say I lost my energy, it's because you're not doing anything. You didn't lose it. Energy didn't want to be around you. Energy is energy.
You're
It has to
attracted.
flow, has to move.
So
When
what is
someone's-
your, I mean, I feel your energy on hello, right? So how has your energy changed throughout the last 10 years? Because
I've
you
changed
have
a lot.
several companies, right? But you didn't start as an employer. You didn't start as an entrepreneur.
I'm terrible in the office. Like, okay, if you're my business partner, you would love to be with me even for sitting in the car. But me as employed, no, I'll fire me because, see, I will not do things the way it's supposed to be. I will come up with a better way. And to most people, that sounds like you're canceling their opinion or you're overstepping.
When you say this is, the thing is, I was like you when I was younger, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing, your way may not necessarily be the better way. You see, I always think you have to, my company was called Be Unique, right? If you can be unique, you can name your own price, right? Otherwise, you're like everybody else, true? But then the fact was I rattled too many people because I always thought my ideas were best, and sometimes they weren't. They were different, but sometimes they weren't. Do you always think your ideas are the best? Yes.
Yes.
That rattles people, doesn't
But
it?
I'll tell you something. I wasn't always like this. You wouldn't want to be my friend 5 or 6 years ago. Only the last 4 years, I really took a command of my life and I understood that you need to be serious. I modeled until 2018,
Okay.
maybe 2019. And then one day I was in a shoot, I couldn't take it anymore. I even left the shoot. I apologized to them. I said, don't pay me for today. I booked a ticket. I went to Prague. I stayed for a month. And that whole month,
My favorite city.
I love Prague.
My favorite
I
city.
was sitting in Etna Park overlooking Charles Bridge.
Yes.
Every like the whole city.
Have you ever been on Charles Bridge at 5 in the morning when there's a mist?
I was 8 is the earliest I
Yeah,
was.
if you go 5 because no tourists. 8 tourists start coming. 5, like autumn time, there's a mist over the river, and you can see the castle up on the mountain. Oh, it's just like fairy tale, isn't it?
Okay, I have to try that.
You should, but then it gets sometimes too busy. It's packed, isn't it? Then I just didn't enjoy it. Then
I always go in unconventional times.
yeah.
Yes.
I love Prague.
Yes.
The coffee shops in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, tea rooms, coffee shops.
Don't make me cry. I miss it already.
Yeah. I sit in tea rooms, and it's amazing how many conversations I have with poets and artists sitting there.
It's packed with them. Really,
Amazing.
I get so inspired. This is the city where I decided it's time to have my own brand. The House of Victor as an idea was born in Prague. Most
Wow.
people don't know that. I mean, I said it once, but I don't think it was wild enough.
Sure. We're going to come to that. There's some connection here with Prague. I've been 50 times. Love it. Absolutely. Even Christmas time in Prague is incredible.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love
the Christmas market, the hot wine with honey.
Yes. Exactly. Amazing. We're going to come to that. So tell me about what was modeling world like?
Before,
because you
was not as easy as now.
As a model, you are the product, right? You are. How do you handle rejection if you're not for the right shoot? And how do you handle being judged by your looks? Is it a shallow world, or is it deep people doing shallow work or pretentious work?
I mean, stock market is shallow world also, if you want to put it that way. Mm-hmm. The whole point is every industry. It's just because you're not in it doesn't mean that it's like, let's say, more or less important. I mean, some people say, oh, I don't care about fashion. I don't know why you guys spend so much doing a shoot for a photo. But aren't you wearing what we designed and decided for you? Mm-hmm. It's very funny because nobody
because you're influenced, right?
Yes. Whatever you say, you're running from fashion.
Yeah, the model industry, the thing is, as a designer, yes. But if you're a model, you're only wearing what you're given. What I want to know is, what's the modeling industry like when you as a model? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have to shoot you don't like? Do you get paid well enough? Do you have managers? My sister was a model, very successful, and she wouldn't listen to any advice. She went to Japan, stayed there 2 years, came back with nothing. The management company took the money. She didn't manage herself very well. Was busy. She was in hoardings all over the Tokyo, but came back with hardly any money.
This happens everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I have
people
to be
being taken advantage of.
But the smart models never sign exclusive. I was never exclusive with anyone. Mm-hmm. You know, what I wanted is, I realized that I'm a product. I need to market for myself, so everyone wants to buy me. Mm-hmm. You know, in figurative speech. And I learned how to do BD for myself. That's why when I started the company, it looked like, or it felt like it's the natural development. It wasn't easy. And I'm glad it wasn't easy. But yeah, that happens everywhere. A lot of models don't understand that there's so much more to modeling than just being in front of the camera. You need to take care of accounts. You need to make sure you're tracking everything. The glam can sometimes blind you if you're not focused.
Is it a bitchy industry, or is it no? People respect each other. You form friendships, or a bit of both.
To be honest, there aren't many friendships in same business like colleagues.
Okay, so you did that job. You just went home.
Yes. No. I do have acquaintances, but I wouldn't call them friends.
That friends is an inner circle, isn't it?
That's such a valuable word.
Yeah.
That no one
I feel the same. I have hardly any friends, but many acquaintances.
I have 5,000 acquaintances and like 7 friends.
Yeah, same.
Okay, 8, 9. But you can count on one hand. Not because I don't want to be friends with anyone. It takes so long to be promoted to that position.
What would you say that position is? What do you have to do to qualify to become your friend? I tell you what mine is. Mine is certain values, gratitude, respect, honesty, great clear communications. Be there for someone when they don't expect it. When I've been down, there was nobody there. And to me, all my friends weren't interested.
I've been down before. There were times where it was extremely difficult. And I'm glad that this happened because I changed to who I am today.
Mhm.
So we're sitting together and speaking like that. I wasn't speaking like that before. Like 4 years ago, I was like, boots, perfumes, fabrics, boots, perfumes, food, travel, perfumes. That was like the maximum mind I had. Now I can sit with you and discuss ROI,
Mhm.
for example,
Mhm.
discuss a business plan from A to Z. I don't get bored.
You've been educating yourself.
Always.
How do you educate yourself? Do you go on courses or do you just self-improvement, self-education?
Self-education, I learn from my mistakes. I take risks, a lot of them. And obviously, I like to listen to podcasts, courses. There can be a word that I say with you that can inspire or make someone else awaken. Because this is what happened to me.
Hmm.
I was
The trigger.
the trigger.
What was the word for you?
It's only gonna get harder for all. And it's the truth.
Life is hard though, isn't it?
It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be challenging.
Yes.
It's supposed to be adventurous. I don't recall an adventure sitting on a couch. I don't recall an adventure sitting on a desk. It's a task to be done on a desk. But if you're sitting every day on the same desk, doing the same thing and not closing big deals or getting acquainted to big people,
You're dying. You're dying because you're not
just
growing. When you don't grow, you die.
There are people who are living and people who are breathing.
Yeah, existing.
Just there.
Yeah.
And I mean it, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying
it's the way
from
it
my
is.
point of view, I might be wrong, but the situations tell otherwise.
We train gladiators here, right? So you have to be a gladiator in life. At the same time, what I say is we still need street cleaners, we need bin men, we need people to make the world go round. It only a few can be entrepreneurs, right? So you went to Prague, you decided you're going to take life seriously, and then you started your business journey. Now, where do we stand right now? Right now, how many companies do you own? What do you do? And then we can go back to 2018 and see how do you build your empire?
Well, I have many business partners to begin with in different companies. Some of them I can say, some of them I prefer not to protect their privacy.
Sure.
The House of Victor was actually born in 2019 on paper. December 2019. The Victor magazine was born in April 2021. Infinity World, that's our events management company and modeling agency. I feel like I'm advertising.
Do advertise. This is your platform to advertise, right?
So
I'm going to ask you so many questions.
Sure. Infinity was acquired last year.
What does Infinity do?
Infinity is a modeling agency and events management company.
Wow. Okay.
So we do a lot of events, private events, public events. Depends on the client's requests.
Okay.
And our holding company, VBH, that stands for Victor Brands Holding, also owns a fashion platform called It's All in a Day, Ayayad, the Red Show, people call it. And I have a big fashion show here in Dubai.
Wow.
Right after I come back, I have India fashion show for Victor on 1st of October. 14th of October, I have Argentina. That's the main show. So we released the main collection in Dubai, then the rest of the world.
So which one was your first company, Victor?
House of Victor.
House of Victor.
Yeah.
So
that's the one that did everything.
So tell me about what is House of Victor? What is your design? I was listening last week to the biography of Karl Lagerfeld. Yes, I didn't know he was a head designer for Fendi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fendi, Chanel, and his own brand. Incredible. The man didn't stop working. Did you see the biography of him?
There was a documentary, maybe it's
Documentary, yes. It was about his cat as well.
Mhm.
Did you see it?
I didn't see that one, but I saw snippets.
He was a machine.
Mm.
He was an absolute creative machine.
Because he was a human doing. That's my point.
Yeah, incredible. So tell me about you. So why did you get into that? What is, I can see it look, the Armani look. There's the Louis Vuitton look. What is your look? What was your vision?
A Victor look.
What is that?
We are ready to wear brand. We are more into being practical in a luxurious way. I'll send you a couple of videos to watch my latest fashion shows so you can get it. Victor is a different story altogether. We're still a local brand, and one day when time is right, I will take it global. It's an Emirati brand, 100%.
Okay.
Proudly. And
Does it matter if it's Emirati or not? Wouldn't it be better if you said Paris, France, or Rome, Italy? Would your marketing improve? Would your sales improve?
But that's what most people think. Like, they think that in the Emirates we're consumers, we're creators too. And wherever I go, I will say, I'm an Emirati brand, take it or leave it. I'm not gonna change the origin of the brand just to make someone happy. And trust me, the market is here now.
So what you're wearing is your own design, right?
Yes.
Okay, of course. So price-wise, where are you? Where do you put yourself in price range?
So far, it's still affordable for most people. So far.
Okay, you're thinking of doing a different version?
No, it's not about that. It's all about marketing and taking it to the next level. And our fashion shows are very expensive. Like, we do big fashion shows.
As your costs go up, you may have to charge more.
It only goes up everywhere. What you can buy now in 3 years, it's 30% more. Maybe.
So how many items of clothing do you design monthly, quarterly, yearly, seasonally?
Every 3 months, quarterly, we do around 50 or 60 designs, like a big drop.
And then you do it yourself, or you have a team?
We have a team. We also have an in-house designer. But the prints, we're a very loud brand.
Sure.
We love to print. Like in 2019, we were the first brand in here to actually print. Now they're all doing it. But before, it was easier to do couture or bling.
Can you explain to us what that means?
Like you print on the cloth. Like digital printing on the cloth. Yeah.
So other brands don't print? Now they do, but
no, now they started, yeah.
So doesn't printing fade? I mean, I'm really ignorant, right? When you print...
It depends on the quality. Mine doesn't fade, that's for sure.
So there are prints that don't fade.
Why would they? I mean, it's...
I don't know,
if you follow the instructions of maintaining the piece that you have, I don't think it will fade.
So do you have like... the look is dark? Is it dark look?
Victor is a very dark brand.
Only for men?
No, it's for both.
Wow.
You have to come on the show online.
Definitely. Do you have a store, or are you in stores, or do you do it online?
So the houseofvictor.com. This is where you can find our perfumes, our accessories, our clothing. And we have our design studio in Silicon Oasis, where all my companies are.
Okay.
And this is for the private clients who don't want off the rack, who don't want something publicly advertised. And you have to respect the clients.
But then you're not in stores yet, or you don't want to be. You don't want to go. You don't want to go.
Soon we will have our first store. Soon.
Your own store?
Yes.
I see. You don't want to be in places like Harvey Nichols or anything like this. You want to have a stand in a big store?
No, I mean, I would love to, but right now, the natural step is to be physically available, branded as you.
And then the age group of your client base?
Between 15 to 55.
Oh, so big range. Amazing.
Actually, my first client was 72 years old. Right. I made my first suit that I made with the label Victor on it was for a 72.
Do you have a label on the back now? No, it's just...
No, of course I have. It's inside.
Oh, on the inside. So what's that on your front of your pants then?
This is the brand, Victor.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Unexpected.
I'm gonna. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna look out for it now.
Sure.
I like the dark look, but I've got really thick bloody calves. I can't wear that.
Why not? It's a stretchy
It
fabric.
is stretchy. It's a bit too stretchy for my age. I think I'll go for top. I love top. I love.
Yeah, this is.
So then, every time you bring a range, right, every quarter, you have to produce it.
Yes.
So there's a cost implication, and then you have to launch it. How far ahead do you work? 6 months ahead? Like, for instance, you bring the spring summer look now.
We are
For
a sustainable brand. We don't
Mhm.
do mass production because I never liked it. For me, it works
Mhm.
for other brands. For us, we do a show after 2 weeks maximum. It's already dropped for pre-order. You
Right.
know,
So at the
perfumes
show,
are available all the
at
time.
the show, you expect people to order. That's what the show is, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Okay.
the show is for the show. The show
Uh-huh.
is basically image awareness,
Okay.
introduction of the latest.
Mhm.
On the website, as much as we can, we work very hard on keeping it updated. Have something for people to love to have. Like, for example, I still cannot believe it. Like, our clients in Saudi, they don't order, for example, Victor perfumes. We have perfume as well. They don't order one bottle. They like single order can be like 10, 20. And that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
They really love it.
And you find that your name is more in this region at the moment, or do you have orders in Europe and America?
We have, but I wouldn't call it big number. Again, I'm very honest.
Sure.
There are orders, obviously, even from Jamaica. We had an order from Jamaica just 3 days ago. Monday,
Yes.
to be exact.
Yes.
Here in Saudi and Qatar are the best clients and the best audience I have ever had so far.
Incredible. Do you model your own clothes?
Hmm?
No. do you model your own clothes?
I only wear my own clothes.
No, on the catwalk, right? On
No,
your shows.
at the end, at the curtain call.
Right at the end.
Yes,
so you
of
don't model
course.
it anymore.
No,
you don't. Okay.
no,
All right.
no.
Okay. So, where are you going with your brand? Where in 5 years? Where would we see you?
A global brand with presence in at least 10 countries. How many stores? I don't know, but at least presence will be at least 10 countries.
I like the name, House of Victor. And then is it like trademarked?
Of course.
Yeah, amazing. I would have thought it's taken by now. Such a
Let
good
them
name.
try. They'll only $500,000.
Yeah.
The I, the font, everything. The House of Victor, the house, the Victor, the I. Even the
Everything's
magazine,
trademarked.
Victor magazine, everything has to be trademarked.
And then you started your magazine 2021, right? That was
Yes.
during the COVID.
Yeah.
Now, here's
Almost
the thing.
getting out of it.
Yeah, here's it. God, that's gone quick. My God, yeah, it only feels like last year. You're right, 2 years has gone since. COVID time is where the magazine industry fell flat on its face because people weren't going out and all the shelves were empty.
And this is what I decided to make.
Yeah, tell me.
Because there was nothing happening that time.
Mm-hmm.
So we launched the first issue April 24th, 2021. And I did it. Maybe I should say that I did the first 2 issues without the license. I only got the license in June.
Right.
And
who were your retailers? Were you shops and stores?
What we do is we print the magazine and we put it online, and people can order it, and we do free delivery in the entire UAE.
Wow.
And there's always beautiful samples from the perfume, from hair care, from
within the magazine.
Yes, and people love that.
So what is the magazine? What was the idea behind the magazine?
I wanted to create a platform that is inclusive. It's a lifestyle, social life, business of fashion, and fashion magazine. The reason most magazines fail is they've been stereotyping for so long. I started as home of all talents. You can find your daughter in there. You can find your sister in there. You can find your neighbors there. But every time you open the magazine, there will be someone you know. It's not going to be only stars where you actually don't see someone you relate to on ground.
Okay. So you're interviewing people. They got the stories to share on the magazine.
All the time.
Wow. So how many... Well, okay. Maybe you want to share. In your House of Victor, how many employees do you have?
In House of Victor, if you want to count the tailors, maybe 23,
Amazing.
24.
Amazing.
But not all of them are in the office because we have different teams, like graphics team is in a different location.
Sure. But under your pay slip. And then you have your magazine.
Yes.
How many people work in your magazine?
A little less because it's all digital.
It's digital, right? So, but then you have journalists, you have salespeople.
Yeah. Digital and print. We print also. The next time I see you, I'll bring you a copy.
Why? My driver will come and pick it up.
So you don't want to meet me? Okay, got it.
No, I'll come and pick it up.
Welcome.
No, but I want to come proper appointment. I want you to dress me up, right?
Well, then you have to come for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Silicon Oasis, done.
Yes.
Done. So you've got your designers, you got your fashion house, you got your magazine. What's the purpose of the magazine? Are you making money out of it?
We are.
Are you selling advertising space in your magazine?
Of course, we have to. Who will pay the bills? Because also part of my business, we have a consultancy company where we open business license for clients who are outside the Emirates and looking to relocate. This is part of our.
How do these people hear about you?
From the magazine, from the podcasts, from the fashion shows.
Google advertising and stuff like that?
Not at all, actually.
All word of mouth and your... Amazing.
Because, when you're truthful and you feel the energy, people connect with you and people buy from people. I wouldn't, like a big businessman, expecting to come and meet me. I'm not going to send a personal assistant. It just doesn't sound like. Doesn't sound right. I'm a person that...
Doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right. As well. I work with many businessmen who want to relocate here. Everyone wants to be here now. That's the best time to be here. And I'm not only saying Dubai, the Middle East, it's the best time to be here now.
It really is.
It's circulating. That's all I can say. So a lot of businessmen reach out and say, I saw your magazine, I saw your fashion show. I cannot believe that this is all your brands. This. Can you help us start a company? Can you help us get residency? Can you help us with assets or whatever the request is? And I'm happy to work with them. I'm happy to serve. Why not?
And then relationships build, and you may do business, you may not do business.
And then they end up being clients for the brand, clients for the magazine, because they want to advertise their new brands, even relevant or not. I have a business section in the magazine. So
I want to see this magazine. Yeah,
you
definitely. So how many readers do you have?
On the website, we have around 100K visitors a month.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
For 2 years, organically, not bad.
It's incredible. Fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So we've got, now tell me about your events company. You bought the events company?
It was acquired from a dear friend because he no longer wanted to do that. Again, events are very hard.
It's very, yeah.
Big event or medium event, it's still very hard because people only see that hour or that 2 hours, but there's months of work to do that. But I love the challenge, and I love when someone comes and say, can you put us in your event? Can we be business partners in a certain event? Can you put my company? Can my daughter work for you? Can my son work for you? These such beautiful requests. And then we study what we need to do, how to take action.
How many people work in that events company?
Events are mostly contracts, so it depends on the project. There is the basic BD, commercial manager, myself, my business partner, also a personal assistant, like let's say BD executive. These are the basics in any company. But depending on how big the project is, you can't employ everyone. That kind of work doesn't fit all. Doesn't fit anymore. Yeah, exactly. You can outsource anything. It's not because of that, because you need fresh minds in every request.
So what's the secret? Give me 3 things that you would say is your secret to your success in business that listeners can learn from and pick up.
Never compare yourself to others, because that's the minute you confirm that you're less. Secondly, it takes so much more than a beautiful image you see on social media. So you need to be truthful to what you want. Number 3, be clear. Don't say I want money. Don't say I want a house. Where is this house? How much money? It's like going to a restaurant ordering a burger.
Detailed.
Exactly. It's like when you order a burger, the waiter will give you the burger. But when you receive the burger, you say, but I don't like onion. You didn't tell me that. Be specific. You can absolutely create anything that you want as long as you obey 2 laws. from the universe. Never take away from somebody and never create something that will harm someone. Because when you do that, you imbalance and you get punished from it. It might look like punishment, it might look like a big challenge, but don't do these two things. I learned the hard way. I'm telling you the truth. I made so many mistakes. I wronged so many people, and I was
You
punished.
didn't do it intentionally, right?
No, it was never intentional, but
unintentionally. Yeah,
it's still, it was done. The universe, it's a boomerang, ping pong. What you throw will come back. It might hit you, it might miss, but it's coming. And sometimes what might look as punishment, it's preparation. You need to become someone else to receive the next. And this is what happened with me. And yes, it wasn't intentional to hurt somebody or to do something like I wronged many people, many situations. It's just I didn't understand what I was supposed to do, but it was done.
I think when you put your head out there in a chopping block, right? As an entrepreneur, you're bound to hurt people without even knowing. You know, it's unfortunately this happens.
Yeah.
And looking back, you think, oh, maybe in that relationship I was this and I was that, and it hurt them. But at that time, you didn't see it.
Yeah.
I just say, don't have regrets because your intentions were good. Just learn from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just learn from
Absolutely. And the brighter you become, don't share it.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything you share will work in your favor. Never show how healthy you are. Never show how enlightened you are.
Just be.
Just do.
Mm.
Don't just be.
Do and be. Because when you walk, they don't know. You're just being, you know what I mean? Just you're in the moment.
I'm actually doing. I'm walking. I'm doing the walk. I cannot be the walk. I can be standing still, but I need to take an action to walk. That's doing.
So yours is. What time do you wake up? What time do you finish?
This
Are
is
you
the
working
thing.
all the
I'm not
time?
a morning person. I'll be honest with you. I've been trying for a year. Maybe try is the wrong word. That's why it's not happening. I've been working on for a year now to wake up early. It just doesn't seem to work.
Because you go to bed late. That's why.
Okay.
There's a bit of an equation there. There's an imbalance there.
So that's the reason.
You need to go to bed early. Don't eat too late. The Arab lifestyle doesn't suit you. You know what's amazing? My wife and I go out, and then we're home by 9. And so when is the entertainment? Oh, they come in at 11. We're home, back home. We've eaten at 7:13. Back home. Just the whole environment here is late.
The culture.
The culture, yeah.
I go for, believe me, I only go 99% for business dinners. Other than that, I'll be home with my dogs, watching some documentary movies or old sitcoms.
Were you
relaxes
close with your mom and dad? Did you continue keeping in touch with them? Did they disown you when you left?
I'm sure they wanted to, but they didn't. My mom died in 2010.
I know.
And was very hard.
So before you came?
Yes. And I changed massively when that happened. My father, we have a good relationship, even with my brother. It just, I'm completely different than them. And I don't want to say I'm not a family person, but it just, if you don't talk business, if you don't talk about experiences in life, I cannot just sit and say, how are you? How's everything? Did you eat well?
Small talk you don't like.
Yes. Did you smoke? Did you still smoke? Did you go to the dentist? I really tried. It just doesn't sound sincere anymore.
Did you suddenly lose your mom? Was it through illness, if you don't mind me asking?
She had cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, and she fought as much as she can.
So she was young, obviously.
She was 42. She didn't even have gray hair. Yeah.
So your dad was also young?
My dad is 66 now.
He was 56, 50, early 50s then, still young.
Yes.
How did that affect you?
I process sadness and pain differently. I see it as a blessing. I see it as a fuel. I see it as a material to use for something else. I was sad, can't say I wasn't. It changed me, it made me stronger. It made me understand at this point that I'm so alone. I'm totally on my own. It's either do or be, but you cannot be both.
So you think that could have been the trigger for you to do? Maybe you realize life's too short. There's nothing, because I lost my father when I was very young, and made me realize there's no guarantee of tomorrow.
There is a guarantee of tomorrow if you plan it ahead.
But you might not be there. Are you with me? God can take it away, or there's no guarantee in an hour. I like to think that I'm a doer also, because there is no guarantees in life. So you do it now because that's all you have right in your hand. You just do it.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe that was the trigger we both needed in our lives to
Yes.
take
Look,
action.
I tell you something. If this is my last hour with you, I would say I achieved many things. However, I haven't even started yet.
Yeah, you're only 32. My God, it's nothing. You're still a baby, if you don't mind me saying.
I know.
Yeah, it's good. You got your life ahead of you. Most of your life ahead of you. That's what. Good, good. So, where are you going? What do you sleep at night, or is your mind constantly working?
No, that's why I was wearing the sunglasses. I don't sleep well.
Why? What keeps you awake at night?
Responsibility, planning, strategizing, figuring, finding.
Does money drive you?
It's one of the reasons, but I love power. I love knowledge. I want to learn a lot, as much as I can.
What does power give you?
I mean, control in general. It gives you the ability to master something. It gives you the ability to be responsible for something. Power is not saying I know. Power is acting and let the result show that you know.
Who would you like to prove that to?
Only myself.
Mm-hmm. So you challenging yourself. It's not for I can prove it to the masses. I can prove it to this person.
No.
It's all just yourself.
No. I used to think so much about these things. I used to care so much about these things and take pleasure out of someone that I knew. We knew that he was in my fashion show, but he couldn't come to say hi to me because we had a fight, but he came to the fashion show. I used to care about these things so much. I only now care about my work, my business partner, and the potential business partners that they want to work with me. Mm-hmm. This is what I care about, honestly. I mean, if there is no business, if there is no real connection, if there is no engagement, like what we have now, most probably not going to be there.
Yeah, life's too short, move on. So your partners, are they passive partners or active partners?
Some of them are active, some of them are very passive. Mm-hmm. In terms of like, they believe in me and I always show them what I want to do and they tell me, okay, sounds right, the numbers are happy, makes sense, let's go. But again, I did many mistakes before.
Sure.
And I'm glad I made them. Would I make them again? Never. But I'm glad I made them because they shaped who I am now.
What are your biggest challenges right now? Business.
Expansion. What to present next? Should I bring more people on board or not? Is it time to, for example, do a big show in Saudi or a big show in Qatar or a big show in Egypt? These things really, because it's a big step for me.
Do you believe in coaches? Having a coach?
Like a mentor? Of course.
You know, that's what I do, don't you? I was coaching.
I have a feeling we're going to be very good friends.
I was coaching a Swiss banker this morning. He's based in Singapore. Very successful. But it's weird. Same challenges, just bigger challenges. Yes. But people think their challenges are exclusive to them, but they're not. It's quite common.
Challenge is a challenge.
I believe in. I have a coach. I think everybody should have a coach. Everybody
Well, I
should.
don't.
Everybody should, because you need to learn from. Not any coach, by the way. Not any.
There's someone that can drown you.
I've met people that I don't respect, and I can never as a coach. But you need somebody who's been there, done it, got the T-shirt. You don't make the same mistakes. I say to my son, he's your age, and I say, learn from my mistakes. Learn the fact that I lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Why do you have to go through the same process again?
I hope he listened.
I'm proud of him.
So
then
he listened.
when you're dealing with your son, it's like family. They get under your skin.
Yes.
So we spent the weekend, last weekend together in Portugal, and he came up with a business idea over breakfast. And in my best daddy way, I said to him, it's not a good idea. But as I was speaking, I felt I was quashing his creativity. So the more I spoke, the more I was thinking, I'm actually drowning his fire. Does that make sense? So he took it really well as a gentleman, and they went by. The very next day, I woke up with a eureka moment, and I started crying, right? So I went to him and said, look, son, yesterday I felt I quashed your creativity, your ideas, and everything else. And the real reason is that I'm filled with fear. I'm filled with fear that you may make the same mistakes as I did. Now, maybe it's time that I should unclip your wings and let you make your mistakes. And let you fly,
It's only the way to learn. At least you want to do something.
But be here for you. So I said I apologized, and we had a bit of a tear together and moved on. So I think when you really love things, you don't want them to hurt, right?
Yes.
So that's the difficulty with family. You can be a little bit more colder with clients. You can be in, out, yes, no, do this, done that. When it's family, they get under your skin.
True.
I think.
I agree with you 100%.
Amazing. So what's your relationship with your father like now? How often do you speak? Does he know what you do?
No, we speak like once a week. Yeah.
Is he still in Egypt?
Yeah. He can visit if he wants.
Does he understand what you do? Is he proud of you?
He does. He's proud. And
do you feel he's proud?
In a way or another, yes.
I remember I'm very close to my mom now. But when I lost everything, I came here with very little money 15 years ago, 14 years ago. And I felt the way she was judging me was by my financial status. But what I wanted was, personally speaking, her love then. It's easy to love somebody when they perceived as successful, right? I think I needed my mom's support when I had nothing, and he wasn't there, and it hurts. But I think you should remember the past, not live in it. It's very difficult, though. Very difficult, if that makes sense.
It does, and that is why I left when I was 17. I didn't want to depend on someone for emotional or financial. I want to live with what I have and grow it, no matter how big the bills are. I want to be the person who says, I paid for that. I made that money.
Do you think, I was having a conversation with this client this morning, and he sometimes flies economy, sometimes business. And how do you feel about that? Do you think, because I don't fly economy, right? First or business, right? I don't do private because I actually like airlines. Okay, I don't like flying private. So
it's fun.
Do you know, I've flown other people's private planes. I like the bar at the back. I like talking to people. I don't like being on my own for a few hours on this private plane. I don't know. Maybe I should experience it.
Well,
so what I want to talk about is lifestyle. Okay, where do you think, like, nice watches, nice clothes, nice car, not just for your own self, is important, or do you think it's not that important, not that relevant?
Well, okay, I took all the classes you can think of. Like, I would be lying if I tell you I never took economy. Of course I did. I mean, what's wrong with that? Business, I love. I'm a tall person. I'm 2 meters. I need to be comfortable.
So what does that make you? 6'5"?
6'7".
No, you're 6'7". No,
Yes.
mashallah, right?
And
They actually did say you're very tall.
yeah,
My girl says he's so tall because you're sitting. I didn't realize how tall you were. 6'7", right? Wow.
yes.
Isn't that too tall for a model? Normally,
No, it's okay.
Wow.
Now some people will be more taller, but anyway. No, I took all the classes actually. So economy is fun. Business is fun. First is just, I mean, it depends where you're going. I always get affected by who I'm flying with and where I'm going.
I'm not talking about if all I'm trying to
What
say
it
is
does to you
the
as a
standard you set yourself. Are you with me? When I was a kid, I used to think, why can't I turn left when I go on the plane? Why does everybody go right? You know, I want that, right? So I have nice cars. And not to show off, I only go from my house to the mall and back. I'm the most, like yesterday, the guy was saying, we're doing you can come to the autodrome and drive these Ferraris and blah. I said, no, I don't want to because I'll be sick, right? All I want to do is look at it in my driveway and go, I achieved something.
Yes.
That's the standard I set
When
myself.
you go
Does that
on
make
first
sense?
class, I got you. I
Yeah.
will tell you something. It's a nice exercise. When you go on first class and you have the whole experience, your mind, some parts of your mind will open up and say how I can continue to fly first for the rest of my life.
Correct.
It is a motivational factor.
Correct. Also, who sits next to you? Another wealthy lady or gentleman or business person. Who are you going to be in your peer group?
You know how many people I met like that for business or like friends, mostly business. It's really interesting. I have done so many business conversations that led into closure and deals in different, whether it was fashion or business consultancy or even real estate, just because we were sitting across and nothing to do. You know?
Absolutely. Yours came through coincidence, right? It came through coincidence.
Yeah.
But then if you could actually think about it and think, when I'm associating with a nice neighborhood with Bugatti drivers, Lamborghini drivers, Ferrari drivers, golfers, suddenly you're in that peer group. And I don't think many people realize that. They're so in the scarcity world to save money, they don't look at the opportunities lying in a different, higher standard, if that makes sense.
But by the way, I was also like that. I was convinced that saving is the best way to go, and I ended up with nothing. And I'm not ashamed to say it. It's the truth.
You were cautious, right?
And then one big bill comes and takes away everything.
Yeah.
The goal is to make and open more streams, not to save. You need to learn how to invest. You need to learn how to live below your means.
So money doesn't sit in your account much. You're just constantly investing and growing.
But that's the beauty of it.
No, I like it because I'm the same. And when I'm a little uncomfortable, I'm at my best. But the moment I relax.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like your word said everything.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, 30 years difference between 20 odd years difference between us, some very similarities.
Yeah.
I like it. So what are you as so many questions. Money. What do you think of money?
It is a facilitator. It is a way for you to work on something, but not to take it and just and be that I'm completely can do and I'm against. I cannot just be and enjoy. I enjoy things out of harvest, but not just something and sit and say, oh, that's nice. No.
Are you, so you welcome money? You think money is positive?
Of course. It is a tool to achieve.
Do you want to become super rich? Richer?
Well, it depends. Like, for example, look, the goal is not to only make money. The goal is to build an empire, a huge financial wall around you and your family that no one can penetrate. That is worth doing. But what I do here, I'm learning the basic thing that we are here for on Earth. How to manipulate energy. And how do you manipulate energy? You create. And I'm creating. I think you can see what I create.
So you see your creativity as a vehicle to build a financial security of all around you, employ people, be in a power position that you can make things happen,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But then at the same time, you don't sleep very well because you're concerned about all these challenges.
It's the truth. I mean, when
Do
you
you
take
exercise? Do you work out? Do you watch what you eat?
I watch what I eat.
You don't exercise.
Last time I was in the gym was April. To be honest,
Okay.
I missed the gym.
I mean, makes it 5 months ago. Yeah.
I actually one of my businesses I own like a percentage of a private training company actually,
Wow.
and I'm not doing it.
You know, I used to own spas, health clubs and spas. I never had a massage.
I love spas.
But
They're
I
very
never.
nice.
But you could have gone to mine. But when you run your own business, I couldn't relax because I could hear the phone ringing. I could, you know, my mind was active. So I have spa treatments somewhere else, but I'm not engaged. My brain
Yes.
can relax.
Yes, I get it.
You know, let's say one of your personal trainers were training you and they weren't very good. You wouldn't enjoy it because you'd be thinking of, they should do this, they should do that, they should have done this. And you don't enjoy the process, I found.
Got it.
So when I ask your friends to describe you, how would they describe you?
Not easy to work with. I'm never really satisfied in the design section, not in everything. I'm a good listener. I engage, but not easily, because not everything you hear is really true.
So you dig deeper to see the real. So you're a bit doubting of people because they've hurt you maybe in the past? Or?
No, it's not about that. It's just like, again, you need to be very careful who you call a friend, who you let in your house. There are so many people that I helped and I give and I give, and two things happened. When you stop that help, they become an enemy because they felt entitled because you've been helping them 3-4 times. The fifth time felt like they are entitled to ask.
You come knocking
And
on
when
the
I
door,
needed
say,
the
"Where
help-
is my handout?" Yeah.
Exactly. And when I needed the help, there was nobody. Just me and my dogs.
What type of dogs do you have?
A Yorkie, a mixed Yorkie and a pug, mixed Chihuahua and a pug.
Oh,
All
bloody
crazy.
hell. Fantastic.
All
Who
crazy.
looks after them?
My housekeeper.
Oh, okay then. You don't take him for a walk in the middle of summer and stuff, no?
No.
Yeah, so we have 2 dogs and the maid takes them for a walk. I'm like, why do we have these dogs? So anyway,
Because they're nice.
you know the thing is they give you unconditional love, don't they? They're always happy to see you when you get home.
I learned mercy from my dogs, not from my mother or my father.
Your mother, you don't remember much, do you? She passed when you
No,
were in
it's
your
not about I
teens.
don't remember much. I think life for her here was hard. It wasn't for her. I don't know if you believe in reincarnation or, but it was clearly not for her. We used to sit and talk like how I speak to you right now when I was like 13 or 14.
Do you miss her?
Sometimes. If I tell you every day or all the time, I'm lying again.
Because you're busy.
Yeah, sometimes.
Beautiful. I wonder if I was cursed because I don't have a memory. I lost my father when I was 3.5, so I don't have a memory. But most people lose their father sometime, don't they? If things go according to generations, right? So I wonder if, because you're gonna lose them sometime, is it good to have lost it early or had memories and lose them? So I don't know if I was blessed or cursed.
But you have your own memory with your own kids and your own
I'm
wife.
creating
That's
because
it.
I made a decision that I was going to be the best father that I never had.
I'm sure you are.
I think so. Do my best. But what I said to the wife is, don't make them your life because you got to have a life.
Yes.
Okay? Because you're only borrowing them because there'll be a time when they leave. I have 4 kids. 2 have already gone. And if your life is them, your life will be empty when they're gone.
True.
So fill your cup all the time with adventure because there's no guarantee of tomorrow.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
So do you monitor what you do every day? Are you aware of time? Are you consistently driving, engaging, making appointments?
as much as I can. Yes, some days are busy. Like we finish here, I have a meeting after that, and then another, and some days are empty for me to think, reflect, and evaluate what am I doing. Because remember, not everything you do is really accurate. Sometimes you slip, and it's okay.
So you're constantly reevaluating your life, right? Do you have a secretary who manages your time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you say Tuesday, leave alone, is think time. This. Okay.
Yeah.
I have Alexa. She's God sent. She knows exactly how much time I need in between. I can't do more than one podcast a day because I want to be really engaged.
I get
in the afternoon, I don't think I'll be engaging. I won't be.
I get
So she only makes sure she only do one a day, or too much traveling I don't like. So
no, I get you.
Do you take holidays?
No, I only travel when there's business involved.
You're still young.
It's not about I do measure it like this. It's just I feel now is not the time to relax. Now is time to grind until you're thriving. That's it.
How much money is wealthy to you? You're worth 100 million. You think that's good now? I can relax a bit. 10 million?
No.
Dollars.
No, for me, wealth is buying back what was taken from you. Numbers are obviously important, but no number will slow me down.
When you say taken from you, what do you mean?
Like you buy back your freedom, your ability to wake up when you want to. The ability is like, I will not work this year. This is luck.
I don't think you'll ever get that. No,
it's not for me.
You will never get. I'm at that stage now. I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to travel.
But you're doing now.
But I enjoy this. Do you know? Yes. I lose every. I have. I have 1.5 million followers. Right. Every single month, I've never sold a product. I've never made profit. I've never sold anything. It's just contributing. Every single month until now, I've been losing every single month. I just want to help people who I didn't have help. I want to guide people, speaking to entrepreneurs like you. You can pick up one nugget out of this conversation that can change their lives.
Yes.
And then every once in a while, I think, what am I doing? What is this? I could live in Mykonos 2 weeks a month on the money I spend on my social media, right? Then right at that moment, somebody knocks on my door or phones me or sends me a message, you changed my life. I'm like, oh, good God. Yeah.
Then you have
back
to do
into that again. Yeah, I'll forget Mykonos, right? You constantly, I'm a thinker. I like to think I'm a doer as well. Less doing than I used to, but I'm a thinker. Sometimes circumstances make you want to do things.
Yes.
Like paying bills, paying school fees. For me, it was hard, right? And I've got lots of people to take care of. So I had to work. By nature, I think I'm lazy because I'm always looking for the shortcut, easiest way to get somewhere. But I do realize things need to be done for you to get money.
It's not about the amount. It's who you became in the process. That's the real reward.
What I'm concerned about you, let's say if you were my son.
Okay.
What I'm concerned about you is that you will never be satisfied.
I just said that. I'm not.
In the future.
I will be we'll fight a lot. Your son, for sure,
yeah,
will fight a lot.
I'll tell you why. We'll dance a lot. I don't fight, we dance, right? Because if I want you to come my way and you throw a punch, to punch back, we send each other back, right? So if you throw a punch and I just take it and move, we dance together. Does that make sense? So it's a lot more
We're
powerful. In harmony. And then highly likely you'll come my way if I just play your energy. What I'm trying to say is that it's not the destination. You have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy the journey. And then that becomes habitual, right? So if you're enjoying the journey and you're celebrating, you do take holidays. You fill your cup. Now you're running on adrenaline.
Well, I'm going to Prague this year, that's for sure.
You switch your phone
and
off?
No, I can.
Exactly. How many phones you have to?
I have to.
Yeah.
And No, maybe this year I'll take maybe 3-4 days. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Okay, Prague.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it clean. What do you do there?
No, trust me. Everyone thinks I'm like partying, and this is if
What's
I
wrong
didn't do
with
it
that? What's wrong with
if
that?
I didn't do it when I was 20, I wouldn't do it.
You can have better parties with money in your pocket. That helps.
For me,
I've been in parties when I deep down inside I was crying. I can't afford a beer, right? And I'm in a party not enjoying myself, and everybody's enjoying because I didn't have the money or I wasn't happy inside. You know.
no. For me, I like and appreciate the small things. That walk on Charles Bridge, sitting and having coffee in Etna Park, where there's a big Tiroma, big hill. This for me is therapy. This for me is a meditation. My life is extremely hard. And I'm walking on a rope every single day. That's why I made some new rules about friends and who you let into your life, because so many people will drain your energy. So many people will be just there to make sure you don't achieve anything. And I started that funnel to clean up everything.
You see, externally you're so relaxed and so chilled, but when you speak, I think you constantly challenging yourself and battling inside. Am I right?
Yes.
You constantly evaluate. You're a thinker as well. You constantly doesn't stop, right?
It doesn't stop, and I don't think it will ever will. That's why when you were talking about numbers, for me, luxury is a totally different measure. Yes, numbers are important, once again, but luxury for me is certain things with certain people in a certain time. And these things for me, I cherish forever. Being on a flight, going somewhere, meeting a businessman or a businesswoman, we talk, we end up exchanging numbers, and then they come to Dubai, bringing the billions, their kids, just because I told them come here and relocate.
That trust you built.
That to me is worth something.
Beautiful.
I'm a person that if a businessman is coming in a private jet, arriving at 4 a.m. and I'm there